CCX Sports presents coverage of the State Class 4A Boys Basketball Tournament. A quarterfinal round matchup features the number 5 seed, the Wayzata Trojans, and the number 4 seed, the Lakeville North Panthers. From Target Center in Minneapolis, John Jacobson along with Armstrong coach Greg Miller. Greg, a terrific quarterfinal round matchup. These two teams deserving perhaps in other years of being maybe a 1 or a 2 seed. The best they can do this year is 4 and 5.
Yeah, it's a great field. Everyone's excited. The first game was awesome with Champlin Park, and I expect this game to be just like it. It's going to be close. Two great teams, two great coaches. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Wayzata comes in 26-3, Lakeville North 27-2. Your Falcons team played each of these teams, so give us a quick scouting report on what to expect and how do they match up against each other?
Well, we played Lakeville during the early winter, and we played Wayzata a little bit later than that. And both of them are probably the two best teams we played besides Champlin Park and Maple Grove. I'd say Lakeville, you know, they have a Hall of Fame coach, John Oxton. He's a good friend of mine. I coached with him in the past. He's going to get his guys disciplined. They won't turn the ball over, and they have Reavers. For Wayzata, they're very similar. They're one of the best teams in this tournament. They play great team basketball, and they got one of the rising stars in coaching in Brian Schnettler, and they don't turn the ball over either. One thing I noticed, both of them are great three-point shooting teams. Lakeville shoots 44% for the season, and Wayzata 40%. That's unheard of. And if you look at the number of three-pointers that Wayzata make, that's incredible too. So I think a lot of great three-point shooting is going to go on and a lot of great basketball in this game.
Let's look at our key players, starting with Wayzata. They're the visitors today. Ryan Lindberg is one of those great shooters. Seniors had a big season for them.
Yeah, Ryan Lindberg, fundamentally sound. He does more than just shoot. He's got a big body. He takes the ball to the bucket. Just a very good team player as well.
And for Lakeville North, Nathan Reaver's been a terrific player for years for them. And at the University of Wisconsin this season, next season I should say, really outstanding player offensively and defensively.
And that's the thing that might hurt Wayzata is that he is such a good defender and he can protect the rim. If they can somehow get him in foul trouble, that will help Wayzata. Reavers can do it all. He can shoot threes, take it to the bucket. He's got the mid-range game, and he's a great defender, and he's a great leader.
Winner of this team will take on number 1 Champlin Park in the semifinals Thursday night. We'll take a break and come back and tip this one off. Wayzata Lakeville North State Boys basketball next on CCX.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
John Jacobson with Greg Miller and Ryan Iverson. We are in the second quarterfinal round game of the day. Wayzata and Lakeville North. Champlin Park winning the opener on a buzzer beater by Sam Du Bois, defeating Chaska 53-50. As we look at the non-starters being introduced for both teams. Always a fun moment for all of these guys, whether you're a starter or not, to get out on the Target Center floor and just play in this atmosphere, Greg, where the Timberwolves play.
Yeah, it's a true team experience. We just had our 10-year reunion of our state team, and over half the guys are guys who played on the JV who came back, and you know they were on the team too, and they had a great experience. It's good for everybody, cheerleaders, everyone.
Let's look at our starters for today's game. For Wayzata, Alex Jensen, their big post player, 6'7" senior, and guards Jacob Bendigat, 5'10" sophomore, Gavin Baumgartner, 6'5" senior, Drew Gallatin, a 6'2" junior, Ryan Lindberg, a 6'3" senior. And for the Lakeville North Panthers, Nathan Reavers and Tyler Wall are the forwards. Reavers 6'10" senior, Tyler Wall 6'6" sophomore. Trevor Sherman, 6'4" senior, one of the guards, along with Ethan Mangwa, a 6'2" senior, and Jalen Lucas, a 6' senior. So So what early on for these teams, what's the key, Greg, for Wayzata, for Lakeville North?
I think for Wayzata, it's containing Reavers, not letting him go off. If they hold him under 20 points, I think they got a good shot. For Lakeville, it's just playing total Team D because there's really not one person you can take away on Wayzata. Wayzata is just such a team, you know, and so I just think it's an evenly matched game that whoever plays better is going to win.
Lakeville North used to being here. They've been in a lot of tournaments and championship games even in the last several years under Coach John Oxton. So some of these guys have been through the wars before, lost last year in the section, or state final, I should say, against a very good Hopkins team. So the Panthers were back from that team, familiar with this spot, used to the big stage. For Wayzata, not only any of these players never been there, they have not been there as a program since 1959.
Yeah.
State champions, the old one-class, 8-team tournament. And so it's been a little history making for this Trojans team in 2017.
They finally broke through. I mean, they've had some chances over the years with some really good teams, but you know, a lot of times they had to go through Hopkins, which has been very difficult because they've kind of, you know, dominated 4A basketball over the last 20 years. But they made it. I just hope that their players aren't too nervous and their coaches aren't too nervous, and they, you know, once the jump ball goes up, hopefully they play their best so that it's a really good game. You hate when a team comes in and they're real tight, you know, and sometimes they don't play their best. So that's my hope for Wayzata. And Lakeville, it is a big advantage, as you say, 6 times in a row, and a lot of those guys played last year in this tournament. There's Coach Oxton, Hall of Fame coach, just got put in the Hall of Fame this year. I went to the induction, and he's one of the better coaches in Minnesota, obviously. And Coach Schnettler, I mean, like I said in the pregame, he's a great young coach, hard to go against. They run really good stuff on offense. Both of these teams do. They're technical coaches that they're really good with X's and O's, too.
Ryan Schnettler, third-year head coach. We are underway, and the Panthers with the first possession of the game. Jalen Lucas with the ball. Now into the hands. They work it around, getting it down to Reavers on this first possession. He turns and scores.
So
just like that.
Their strategy was to play behind and just muscle him up, but he's skinny, but he's way stronger than you think. They're not going to be able to guard him like that. They're going to have to bring a guy or front him. This is Wayzata's stall, which is interesting. You know, they'll end up running the set out of it, a little false motion. They ran that a lot against Hopkins.
Jensen will hand off to Lindbergh at the free throw line. Off on the wing.
They're very patient. That was the game plan against Hopkins that worked really well.
Baseline shot up, not good by Alex Jensen. Nice scramble of the ball to get it to Drew Gallinson.
I love Drew Gallinson. I've been coaching against him since the 4th grade in traveling teams with my son being that age.
Benega drives and scores, and the sophomore, Jacob Benega, ties it up at 2.
And Gallinson got him that extra possession. The sophomore guards that play for Wayzata are incredibly poised and confident.
Outside the wall, left side. Ball out of bounds, and it's Lakeville North basketball.
I think he might have got away with a foul there. Alex Jensen, he's a strong kid. Leaning on Reavers.
Excuse me. Trevor Sherman inbounding. The Wall and Lucas into the backcourt. Lucas handing off on the pass to Tyler Wall. Outside shot. It's up and in, and Reavers, well known big man to be able to shoot the 3.
Yeah, he's going to fit in perfectly at Wisconsin. And he just gets a little bit stronger. He can shoot the 3 and post up, showing us both parts of his game, first 2 possessions.
And they love those big guys that can shoot, don't they?
They do at Wisconsin.
They've had so many through the years.
They run that swing offense, which brings big guys out to the top of the key a lot.
Baumgartner trying to drive. Now gives it back off. Benninger will try a 3. Not good. And Reavers with the rebound. He'll push it ahead. Reavers all the way down to the block. Turns. Misses. Ball tipped out. In the air. Chased down by Lucas. Lucas, little hesitation. Double dribble.
Both teams have really strong kids. You know, long and strong, 6'1" to 6'5" guys. They're quick. They can get loose balls. This is going to be a heck of a game.
Bennigan, hand off to Lindbergh, and now to Gavin Baumgartner. Alex Jensen back to Lindbergh. Curls into the lane. Little fadeaway shot up and in.
Lindbergh has put hours and hours into his game. You can tell he's got every shot. He's not the quickest guy, but uses his body well, and he's got great fundamentals.
5-4. Panthers lead. Lucas off to the corner. Wall thought about the shot. Sherman did. Now it's inside. Trevor Sherman scoring on the basket.
Lakeville's got a lot of guys that can hurt you by shooting the three and driving to the bucket.
Baumgartner taking it over Reavers and score.
Baumgartner, I believe, is the best player for Wayzata. He's the closest thing they have to a star player. And Lindbergh is kind of like that too, but
Bennigan gets the steal and they have the uncontested layup.
Point guard for Lakeville is not maybe the strongest part of their team. I'm not saying they're bad players, but as far as having a pure point guard like Oxon's had in the past, they don't really have that.
And another steal. Here's Baumgartner in free. Slams it home. Back-to-back turnovers, and Wayzata's got the lead at 10-7.
So Tyler Wall, you might see him bring the ball up the floor a lot. He's a very talented player.
Three-point shot in and good. Igbonigo with the basket.
Igbonigo used to be the point guard earlier in the year, and they switched him off. Maybe you'll see him playing a little point too. Hopefully Lucas just relaxes and takes care of the basketball better for Lakeville.
Bennigan lost it out of bounds. Look at the last couple of baskets. The steal for Bennigan and the layup. And then another takeaway, and Baumgartner with the big finish.
Now Ben Gross is a great defender.
Gross is in, number 3 here for Wayzata. And off to Lucas, back to Igbonigo. Short on the baseline shot. On the wing, Bennigan gets to the loose ball.
I was going to say he should have got the loose ball right away, but he did get the second one.
Baumgartner scores it.
One thing about Wayzata, those two big guys that rotate in, Faust and Jensen, they can afford fouls. They're great role players, and they can bang on Reavers all game. They are strong kids, and they've been doing that so far.
Reavers back out high on the pass to Wall. Monago to Reavers above the block. Kick out, 3. Schumann missed on that one, and rebounded by Gross. Gross off to Baumgartner. Skip pass across. Bennigan 3 long and rebounded by Wall. Wall lost it. To the corner to Lucas. Wall trying to back down. Tough shot under Baumgartner. Not good. On loose ball. Gets it back and scores. Great effort by Tyler Wall to score.
I think he's probably the second best player on Lakeville, and he's only a sophomore. He's really been progressing as the years gone along. Probably be a Division I player before he's through here. Division I recruit for college.
Faust to Baumgartner. Lindbergh, 18-footer, short. Faust had a hand on it, but it's recovered by Lakeville North. Lucas will bring it into the front court for the Panthers.
Wayzata's kind of struggling from outside here to start the game, and they're still tied, so I think that bodes well for them, because I think they will probably end up getting hot before it's over.
Whistle and a foul on the drive by Igbonigo. It'll be on Ben Gross, and our first foul of the game.
Just looking at Nathan Reavers right now, he's sucking wind a little bit. He got his hand on his hips. He's going to have to play the whole game, and he's going to have two guys just leaning on him, banging on him the whole game. Be interesting to see how he handles that. Watch a lob here from Lakeville.
Michael Dooney and Tyler Luco in for Lakeville North. We get a foul on that attack on the basket. This will be on Luke Paulson, who's into the game for Wayzata.
you know, being a referee in the state tournament's a special thing too. And Brett Lavore over there, he's former Armstrong grad before I was there, but exciting for him. He has a big smile today before the game started that he's able to ref in the state tournament. I think it might be his first one. It's good to see the young refs moving up.
Bonago, no problem with either of those free throws. Wayzata will use a 9-player rotation. They've already used all 9. Mitchell Faust and Bryce Hempel have both been in. It's Faust with the ball here. Handing off for Paulson. Back to Mitchell Faust. Baseline shot up and in.
Big shot by Faust. He doesn't shoot very much, but he's got a nice stroke from 12 feet. They really run their stuff well at Wayzata. They know what's going to be open depending on how the defense guards it. Hard to guard them.
Good drive by Bonago. Shot not good. Rebound underneath. Back into the paint to Bonago. And now it's into the hand of Reavers after he took the pass from Lucas. Dish off underneath, out of bounds, off Wayzata.
Lakeville does a lot of, when you drive to the lane and they're in the corner or the baseline, they cut back door. And Wayzata obviously scouted that and they took that away on that play. Because Lakeville will get that a lot. This is the old stack play for Lakeville. See if they get a layup for number 13 here.
Spencer Fosse's in the game for the first time. Number 1 now for Lakeville North. He takes the pass out near half court.
Well defended by Schnettler. Now Schnettler coached at Rosemont, so he's familiar with Lakeville. He coached against Oxon quite a few times. Both of these guys are familiar with each other and both respect each other a lot as coaches and what they do. I think Wayzata played Lakeville last year and beat them, I'm pretty sure. Not this year.
Nice little jump stop. Gets to the basket and scoring is Sherman. Oh, nice play there. Greg, as Trevor Sherman gets into the lane, draws the contact on Baumgartner and finishes.
Well, Lakeville's loaded with great athletes. Just look at those guys. They're long and lean and strong, and they can get to the bucket as well as just shoot. I mean, they don't just shoot, they can get to the bucket well.
Sherman completes the 3-point play. And Lakeville North back up by 3.
High ball screen.
Paulson, Bischoff, Hempel, and he gets fouled over the line for 2. First free throws coming for Wayzata.
I'm really impressed with Luke Paulson. The way he played in that Hopkins game with all that pressure. You know, he's a small guy. He's really quick. He's very confident and a really good decision maker. He makes quick decisions and doesn't turn the ball over.
Bryce Hempel hitting on the first free throw. That Lakeville foul on Tyler Wall, the first foul of the game on the Panthers. Second one also in. Reavers got a brief rest. He'll come in now, replacing Luco for Lakeville North. Bonago will give it to Wall.
They're even having Reavers bring it up. So they didn't like those turnovers early, and they're just going to their plan B of bring the ball up the court against pressure.
Right side free ball is in. Bonago's got a couple of threes and already 8 points for the senior.
He can light it up. We played him the last 2 years, and 2 years ago when we played him, he made 3 threes against us. That probably won the game for him at the end of the game. So I've seen it firsthand. That guy can shoot it.
Paulson and Gallinson had cut. And ball sails out. Turnover Wayzata. Got 3 a moment ago.
Both teams subbing liberally, early and often.
Tanner Chuma, 6-foot senior, into the lineup for the first time from Lakeville North, number 15. Grandfather, no stranger to people who've watched Channel 12, CCX over the years, doing our fishing tips for over 25 years.
Yeah, tackle Terry, and then his son, Travis Tuma, I actually coached way back in the 80s.
Back when you were at Lakeville.
Yeah, I think he's a Rapala rep now.
Reavers up, back iron not good, rebound by Gallinson.
They're playing good D on Reavers so far.
Faust wants to take it right at him, had nowhere to go with that ball, try to pass it off, and it's knocked out of bounds.
That's good D and a good no call. You know, sometimes the refs might call that. I don't think it's a foul at all, and you don't want cheap fouls like that. Reavers maintained his position, just went straight up. Good job by the refs.
You mentioned players getting in and out pretty good rotations from each of these teams so far as they've each gone 9 deep. You need an occasional blow here. It's a wider court, a longer court. You're jacked up for being in the state tournament. I think players, because of all those factors, get a little more winded.
Yeah, I think the nerves, especially early, you get winded. And then I think as the game goes on, you get your wind back. And these guys are in great shape at this point in the season. You know, if you have a guy coming off injury who hasn't played a lot, that might be tough. But yeah, the longer court definitely benefits teams who play more people, though. Although McKinley Wright, he didn't come out of the game last game, and he seemed to be pretty good at the end of the game.
Well, that's true.
He's a phenomenal athlete in great condition. I know Reavers doesn't come out.
Lindbergh got 1 out of 2. Jensen tracks down the loose ball. Open 3 look for Benega.
That's their first 3, I believe. And they rain threes during the season. It's unbelievable. I think they made 260 threes or something like that. And they can really shoot it. That time they got a wide open look.
Tied at 20 as we pass the midway point of the first half. Great drive to the basket. And the finish for Jalen Lucas for his first bucket.
That's a concern for Wayzata. Lakeville's been getting to the rim with their guards too easily.
Panthers up by 2.
Running this false action, kind of a stall thing. Just kind of gets you moving around, gets the defense moving around, then they get right into an action.
Baumgartner on the baseline. Comes back out and hands off to Gallinson.
Lakeville plays a sagging defense, as does Wayzata, so it's hard to get them on back doors.
Benega will attack. Nice dish off for Jensen. He gets fouled.
Ooh, that's a tough call. Coach Oxen doesn't like that call. Looked like a clean block. Oh no, Reavers got him on the arm. Who'd they call it on?
Yeah, they called it on Reavers.
Oh, that's a good call then. He got him right on the arm. I apologize. Hey, as a coach, we always think we have a better angle than the ref over here.
Bonago back in for Lakeville North. Jensen missing on the first free throw.
I thought they called it on Wall. It looked like he got all ball, but the Reavers definitely came down on his arm.
Second one long as well, and secured by Ethan and Bonago. So 0 for 2 on the free throws by Jensen. And it remains a 2-point Panthers lead.
Yeah, Jensen struggled with free throw shooting this year. That could be an issue, especially at the end of the game if this is close.
Open 3 look. Sherman in and out. Rebounded by Benega.
A little unlucky there. That ball was in and out, as you say. More in than out to start with.
Baumgartner. An attack baseline out of bounds. Last touch by Lakeville North as he tried to get it to Gallinson.
Yeah, that same action of driving into the lane and the corner guy going back door, but both teams are wise to that, kind of sagging in. That probably isn't going to work.
Jensen. Lindbergh. Not good. Tapped out by Jensen. Keeps the possession alive for the Trojans. Benega for Baumgartner. Passed up a 3. Goes to Gallinson. Baseline. Gallinson. Back out. Benega. Sherman right on him defensively. Goes past him. Comes up short on the layup try. And rebounded by Igbonago.
Jacob sometimes gets a little bit aggressive, over-aggressive, and he didn't really have a good look there and kind of forced it.
Wall from the corner connects.
It always seems when you take a bad shot on one end that the other team comes down and buries a 3 on you.
4 made 3-pointers from Lakeville North. They have a 5-point lead. And there's 6.5 minutes to go in the half. Lindbergh lobbing down to Jensen. Back out. Bennett got a little trouble on the handle. Gets it off. Jensen baseline shot. Not good. And rebounded by Wall.
And Lakeville will give up that shot all day.
Wall attacking, now back out. Reavers, a long 3 is good. Timeout, Wayzata.
Yeah, I thought the shot selection last 2 times down needed to be better for Wayzata. They're going to have to, really lock that down as the game moves on. Lakeville can flat out shoot it.
Biggest lead of the game for Lakeville North, 28-2. 28-20, I should say. Their record for the season was 27-2, and only 2 losses. Great coming into South Suburban to Apple Valley, who play in the last game of the day here today.
I'm sure Oxen's told his guys, you know, they seeded us 4th, and the only games we lost were to Apple Valley, and we played a tough schedule. And, you know, we are the best team in this tournament. I think that's what Lakeville is probably thinking, that, you know, no one's really respecting us as far as they know we're a good team, but no one thinks we're the team to beat in this thing. And I think that's what Lakeville thinks they are.
Finished as runner-up to Apple Valley in the South Suburban. Wayzata winning the Lake Conference this year. 26-3 on the season, most wins in school history. It's interesting. I read an article from Sun Sailor a couple of years ago about the 1959 team this week, and it talked about after they won the state championship how there was a caravan of cars that went from Williams Arena, where the state tournament was held back then, down Old Highway 12, led by the Wayzata Police, back to the community of people waiting for them back in the tiny Wayzata,
yeah,
little farming
town
community. Yep.
Yeah.
Back in the late 50s.
Yeah, things
Reminded
have
me
changed,
of
haven't they?
Hoosiers.
Yeah.
Now Wayzata trying to regroup, now down by 8 here.
Trying to get patient again, not panic. I like that. They just keep working until they get one of their scorers a good look.
Gross handing off. Backdoor pass, then off for Faust, short. And into the hands of Big Monago. Got a pretty good look there, but Mitchell Faust just comes up a little bit short.
Yeah, those 8-footers are kind of tough.
Rising up, shot missed.
Good defense by Wayzata. They needed that stop there.
Luco on the miss for Lakeville North. Lindbergh back front court. Backs himself into the corner, then off for Gross. Then Gross attacking up high off the glass. Not good. Faust in, back out. Lindbergh 3 is good.
Great pass by Faust. He could have tried to force that up. I was just going to say, Wayzata needs to get their big guns going. You know, I think, you know, Lindbergh and Baumgartner especially, those 2 guys need to be scoring most of their points. They're their most dependable offensive players, and they hadn't had a shot in a while. That was a great kick out. I read once where a stat on that is when you get a rebound kick out, it's like 60% makes on 3s on those.
Big Monago, shot not good. Out of bounds off the hands of Lindbergh. Didn't quite, his hand was kind of caught up there where Sherman, he couldn't control the rebound. It's Lindbergh, the 3 a moment ago.
Lakeville's traditionally really good at out-of-bounds plays. This particular one doesn't look like they have anything big going. Little flare screen for Reavers. Like JP Nakura, he'll bomb it from anywhere.
Long 3, this one missed and rebounded by Gross. Benninga driving, attacking, missed on the shot, ball tipped into the hands of Baumgartner. Nice dish off for Faust, who scores.
Great trust in his teammate. That's a high level of difficulty shot with his back to the basket. A little reverse layup and a great pass.
Faust has got his own little cheering section. He's kind of a cult hero among the students with that long hair he's got. There's guys with wigs and a Faust sign over there.
I would think he'd been called Sunshine in a time or 2 in his life from the movie.
Yeah, turnover, traveling whistled. And it's over to Wayzata.
The old spin move. Some refs call it, some refs don't. Ooh, looks like they just were tackling Benninga there.
Baumgartner into the front court. Off to Lindbergh. And a drive on Sherman. Throws it up, not good, and rebounded by Reavers.
Trying to get the foul there, and you're gonna have to earn your fouls in this game.
Nathan Reavers off for Sherman, back out. Right side they go. Baseline drive, a little dish off inside. That missed on the pass. Another turnover. Back-to-back possessions for Lakeville North.
And that's the most underrated part of Wayzata's game is they're a really good defensive team. They're not a pressure team, but they're really good interior. They got great quick hands.
Baumgartner, before he went for that dunk, was fouled by Sherman. That's his second.
If you're going to go for a dunk after the whistle, then you should make it. Really, they can give you a technical for doing that after the whistle. All kidding aside, and you got to teach your players not to do that because some of the refs will tee you up on that.
Lindbergh, shot off the mark and rebounded by Wall. Igbanago front court for the Panthers.
Not a lot of threes for Wayzata. I think they need to get it where they can get into position to knock down some threes and stretch the court out.
And Boniga attacking, gets fouled. He'll go back to the line and shoot 2 more free throws. Lakeville North for the game. 3 out of 3 from the line. They brought it into a lot of traffic. Fouls on Lindbergh. It's his first 4th team foul.
Seems like Lakeville's been able to get to the bucket more all the way to get fouled than Wayzata. Wayzata's trying to, but Lakeville is doing a better job of protecting the paint.
Jensen, Paulson, and Gallinson all in at that whistle for Wayzata. Second one also good. Back to a 5-point margin for the Panthers inside of 3 minutes to play in the first half. Paulson, Gallinson, Alex Jensen, and knocked in the hands of Paulson. Baumgartner at the elbow attacking, missed. Their shot gets blocked.
Tyler
Good
Wall.
block by Tyler Wall.
Yeah, I thought he was going to make that, and it was a great defensive play.
Interior defense has been good for Lakeville North.
Yeah, they got more than just Reavers. They got a lot of long guys.
In some trouble, able to release the pass was Dooney.
There's a mismatch here. Tyler Wall on the shorter Paulson. Interesting to see if they get him in the block. There they switch back, got Baumgartner on him.
Reavers now, hand off and into the hands of Wall again. Lucas, one dribble.
I recognize that play. That's an Armstrong play right there to get the ball in the post.
On to Reavers, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Reavers hands it off and then dives into the post, and they kick it back.
Well, and Baumgartner's his second 15 foul. Sherman and Baumgartner, 2 fouls each in this game. The first one is up and in. Hempel in and Baumgartner out, presumably for the rest of the half here. With a minute 42 to go, and 2 fouls on the senior Baumgartner. Reavers, second one is.
This is a big stretch coming here for Wayzata this last minute. I mean, is this going to be over 10, or is it going to be, 5 or 6 point game at half?
Gallinson open as Paulson. He can make that shot. Good look at it, didn't get it to go. Jensen gets a hand on it, but into the hands of Igbanago, and the Panthers secure the loose ball.
Lakeville got a little bit lucky there. They gambled and they gave up a wide open 3.
Igbanago driving, nice little kiss off the glass for 2 more.
He is a good player. I wonder who's recruiting him, because that guy, he looks to me like he could definitely play at St. Cloud State or one of those kind of schools. He can get to the rack. Nice body on him, and he seems like a real smart player.
Lakeville North has stretched the lead now to 9 with under a minute to play in the first half. Hempel to Paulson.
Wayzata still being patient, though.
Well, kicked by Lucas.
I mean, for Wayzata to win this game, they're going to have to bomb in 3s and make them. I mean, that's just the bottom line. They haven't really taken a lot because of Lakeville's defense.
Bennigat back in for Wayzata. Luco for Lakeville North. Alex Jensen back to Jacob Bennigat. Down to 35 seconds to play in the first half. State quarterfinals from Target Center. Gallinson thought about the 3 and a nice shovel off to Jensen, who scores.
Great pass, trusted his teammate to make that shot. Reavers a little bit late after he helped.
15 seconds to go. Lakeville North chance to close it out here, up 7. At minimum, they figure here and get a hold on Jensen. First on Jensen. 6th team foul. Doesn't really hurt Wayzata. It's only the first on Jensen. Lakeville North not in the bonus yet.
He might have fouled on purpose there. That was smart.
Hempel back in for Jensen.
Lakeville's trying to run what they call sideline high here. They're going to try to score off it.
Down comes to Reavers. Puts it on the floor. Reavers turning. Shot up. Not good. Rebounded by Lindbergh as we come to the end of the first half.
Isolation play for Reavers there. Just let him go one-on-one, and it was good defense. I've seen him make that shot, but he made it tough on him.
34-27, Lakeville North in the lead here throughout as Ryan Iverson is down sideline getting set to talking with Coach Brian Schneller. Let's go to Ryan now.
All right, thanks, John. Coach, what did you think of the first half?
I thought we did okay. I mean, we gave up too many easy looks. 13 a moment ago hit some good shots. We lost Reaver a few times. Offensively, we got to move the ball, and we got to trust ourselves. We're getting open looks, and we got to put them in.
You guys are such a good shooting team. Is it different adjusting to the target center?
I don't think the target center has anything to do with it. I think it has more to do with they're excited and just need to calm down a bit.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. All right, back to you, John.
All right, thanks very much, Ryan. We'll hear from Coach Oxton before the start of the second half. We're at halftime here at the Target Center. State quarterfinal basketball with Lakeville North leading Wayzata 34-27. Back with more state tournament action from Minneapolis on CCX in a moment. 34-27, Lakeville North, the 4 seed leading the 5 seed. Wayzata at halftime here at Target Center. Second quarter final round game of the day as we look at some highlights from the opening half of play. Jacob Benega attacking early and getting Wayzata on the scoreboard. Lakeville North able to shoot the ball from outside. Nathan Reavers, the big man, knocked down a couple in that opening half of play. Gavin Baumgartner able to attack and score 2 of his 6 points on that bucket. Wayzata getting some steals. Jacob Benega with the steal and the hoop there. And the next time down the court, another steal. And Baumgartner will finish here with the dunk. But Wayzata, after leading, had Lakeville North come back on that, and then a big first half there for Ethan Igbonigo hitting a 3, and then the 3 knocked down by Tyler Wall, making his only 3-point try. Reavers again makes another one. Lakeville North in the first half, 5 of 8 on 3-pointers. Wayzata has shot just 5. They're 2 of 5 on 3s.
That's not going to get it done for Wayzata. They can't only shoot 5 3-pointers. I mean, they got to be getting up, this half 10 to 12, making, 5 or 6 of them. That's the way they've shot all season, and they need to get those. Now, you got to credit Lakeville's defense. They know that. But I think that Schnettler was right when he said at halftime that they've had some open looks, and it just didn't let them fly. And they got to just trust that, hey, if they miss, maybe they'll get the rebound, and they can get hot.
Yeah, not shooting terrible, just not shooting enough from perimeter.
I think so, yeah. They keep shot faking and driving in, and there's Reavers down there and Tyler Wall and other long guys, and they're not really getting good looks.
Take another timeout. We'll come back and tip off the second half. Lakeville North, Wayzata State Boys basketball continues on CCX after this.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. You can learn about the latest news through our truly local newscast. We cover and air around 150 high school sporting events every year. For our cities, we air parades and city meetings that you can watch whenever you want. Then, any citizen of our cities can create and share their own original content. We'll even teach you how to use the equipment too. We have always provided you with a connected community experience, and as life gets busier than ever, we will continue to engage, inform, and inspire through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Panthers lead the Trojans by 7. Are you ready for the start of the second half? Back we go. Ryan Iverson with John Oxton.
Hey, thanks, guys. Coach, first half, I thought defensively you guys were outstanding. What was your assessment?
I thought we played great defensively as well. So we were super happy with that. We got a defensive rebound a little bit better, though.
Yeah, you guys know no stranger to being at the state tournament. What needs to happen here in the second half?
Well, we got to channel our inner Eden Prairie Eagles from the old days and hopefully play well. So.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. All right, back to you guys.
All right, thanks very much. Thanks to both coaches for taking a few moments with us. Our third quarterfinal round game on CCX comes up. Maple Grove and Andover will play in what is the 2 o'clock game here on day 1 of the state tournament. You can watch our channel for that. Go to our website, ccxmedia.org, for the replay times of Maple Grove Andover, as well as that first game of the day, Champlin Park and Chaska. What a finish. Champlin Park, the #1 seed, severely tested by Chaska. Seemed to have the game. They were behind virtually the entire way. Took a couple timeouts, but held the ball down the stretch. And at the end, as you look at Fausti's fellows, the Mitchell Faust cheering section, McKinley Wright misses the shot, ball gets tipped out, and at the buzzer, Sam DuBois makes an off-balance 3 to win it.
Incredible first-round game. You know, it should have probably been a 1 versus 8 seed going in there, but it produced one of the better games in high school. You'll see in a high school state tournament. And, you know, truthfully,
falling down is Gallinson, but the loose ball came to Benega. He missed. Another loose ball, Benega, and this time it's Gallinson who picks it up.
Truthfully, Champlin got lucky to win that game, and they know it, but hopefully they'll relax now and shoot better than 2 for 19 on threes.
Baumgartner back out to Gallinson, knocked away by Igbanago.
Coach Oxton is one of the better defensive coaches in the state. They used to really pressure people a lot, and over the last few years they've went more to the pack line defense where they pack it in, but they got quick hands, long arms, still pressure the ball, decent amount.
Baumgartner rises up for a 3 and hits.
And that's what they need to do. That's their ticket to winning this game is they got to bomb in threes. That's what they've done all year, and they just got to relax and do it. It's a good start for them right there, having Baumgartner hit one. Lindbergh's the best three-point shooter. He's incredible. He made it 73 for the season. It's a huge amount, especially when they distribute the ball as well as they do on their team.
Sherman picks up his dribble in a little trouble. Double team diving after it is Gallinson. He gets tied up from behind. Wow, what a dive by Drew Gallinson.
He is a tough guy, man.
Tie up by Sherman. Watch this, diving to the floor by number 15 in white.
That's a want-to right there. I mean, I noticed the pressure he was providing right there on the point. I think that's something Wayzata needs to do. They can't sit back as much. They got to pressure the ball. Lakeville was a little shaky with the ball early, and then they never really pressured him after that. But Gallinson looks like he's trying to do that right now.
Panthers keep it on the possession arrow. Igbanago off to Reavers. Sherman can certainly shoot it from there, but they go back inside. Reavers, tough turnaround shot.
Wow.
Gets it to fall.
Honestly, that was kind of a lucky shot. I think he might have got fouled on the shot, but hit the front of the rim and bounced in. But he's got great touch. He's a great player. You get rolls like that when you're a great player.
Baumgartner, Benega with a 3. Not good. Jensen tipping it out. Comes to Gallinson. He'll let a 3 go on the hit.
Benega is not shy, that's for sure. But that's one thing I said at halftime. I mean, you miss threes, a lot of times you get the rebound. Kenny Novak told me that once when the three-point shooting just was becoming into vogue. He said, we don't need to shoot a high percentage because we're going to get so many of the rebounds on the long rebound.
Rebound off the miss. Here's Baumgartner for Wayzata. Hesitation, gives it back out. Benega taking it strong at the hoop. Not good. Reavers rebounds.
I think Jacob's got to settle down a little bit. He's got to distribute the ball better.
And off for Sherman. Back to Reavers above the block. If he'll back down Jensen here. Now goes back out. Sherman 3. Missed it. And out of bounds off of Gallinson.
Tough break for Wayzata. long rebound again, though, and those are hard to get. Gallinson really giving the effort there, just sacrificing his body again.
Michael Dooney, 6'1" senior, back in for Lakeville North.
Gallinson's coach, when he was a young guy, was Randy Shaver for a few years.
Is that right?
Had some, he'd run the gimmick defenses all the time, the boxing one on race and triangle and two. And
turnover by the Panthers, and we get a backcourt foul here on Lakeville North on Dooney.
a little pressure from Lakeville North. You don't see this very much from them.
Inbound, Baumgartner to Benega.
Actually, Spencer Fossey, his brother played on the team, and he's a great athlete, quick, and he's trying to pressure Benega into some turnover. That's why they're pressing, because he's in the game.
Down low, Gallinson, almost in too deep to Lindbergh, back to Gallinson for three, and he's hit another one.
Hey, Gallinson's a money man. He's a clutch player.
3 3-pointers now for Wayzata to start the second half, and they've tied it up.
You can just see the look in Gallinson's eyes, man. He is a competitor. He saved that ball.
Fossey comes up and misses on the shot. I think it's a Dooney on the last foul. It was Fossey. You take a look at the Gallinson
At
free
first
ball.
he saved it, and then he got the three and knocked it down. 2 in a row.
So we're tied at 36, a 9-2 run. Start the second half for Wayzata. Jensen off to Baumgartner. Lindbergh curls around. 3-point try for him, not good.
That was good defense right there, hand in the face. But I still like Lindbergh taking that shot. He needs to get up 5 or 6 threes this half.
Fossey with the pass off for Igbanago. Back to Fossey. Igbanago holding. Ball
Good
tipped.
hands. Gallinson again. Ooh, Euro step.
Baumgartner.
And they count it.
Wayzata's in the lead.
We saw him do that same move in the Hopkins game. A heck of a move here. Side step. Could have called a charge, but I like the call. Thought he's moving a little bit. Great body control.
Faust and Gross in for Wayzata.
Well, look for Lakeville to make a run now. Wayzata made their run, and Lakeville, you know, they were used to winning championships. They're going to come back with a run. This is going to be a slugfest right down to the end.
Dooney and Lucas in for Lakeville North. So Baumgartner completes the 3-point play, and Wayzata in the lead now at 39-36. Not led since early in the first half.
Baumgartner.
Foul by Baumgartner.
Third
way away
foul.
from the ball.
Coaches over in Wayzata are just got to be like, man, we can't have a foul like that.
And he knows he's going to have to come out now, and Bryce Hempel in.
Yeah, you know, they're high school kids, and you see it at all levels. You know, you get the adrenaline going, you're excited, and you want to make stuff happen. Things have been happening. You just got overly aggressive, you know, up by half court and get a foul. We had some issues with that on our team this year, too. And now he's got to sit for probably the next 5 minutes or so of this game, and he's their best player. So it'll be interesting to see how Wayzata can handle it. They do have a lot of depth, and Gallinson seems to be playing real well. So, you know, they have to use their depth here, and they'll probably take the air out of the ball a little bit more with their little stall game, that thing that they do. With Baumgartner out, we'll see.
Lakeville North using its first timeout here.
I'm not sure what that timeout was for. They haven't got off to a very good start. But usually when Oxton calls timeout, it's something specific that they're going to attack. Maybe trying to get Tyler Wall the ball in the high post.
Reavers. Hand off. This is Dooney with the basketball, and back to Nathan Reavers.
So they got Reavers isolated. Oh no, Tyler Wall isolated. He's going to back him down. Great defense by Wayzata there.
Reavers will attack. Floater in the lane. Back iron not good. Rebounded by Benega. Got Gross on his left. Benega will take it himself, and he's fouled. They go to the line for 2.
I think he got bailed out on that one a little bit. You didn't need to foul him. Great defense by Wayzata. They've been really cranking up the defense this half in the interior. And I take that back. You know, he might have been able to score on that, but Iverson was saying that he was using his left arm there a little bit to push off, and In the NBA, that's a for sure offensive foul. They don't call that in high school very much, though.
Bennigan, first free throw.
Iverson should know about that because he did it all the time when he played.
Second one for the sophomore, up and in.
Yeah, when Iverson would hit you like that, you go flying 15 feet. But he was strong.
14-2, Greg, for Wayzata coming out of the break at halftime.
Yeah, that's a little surprising to me. You know, Lakeville, they'll get it back together, though.
Baseline drive, then kick out. Back out top it comes. Igbanago. Whoa, what a great spin move to score on Hempel.
And Coach Oxen raves about him, and he's going to need to do something in the second half. You know, I could see Wayzata coming back in this. I just didn't think they'd do it so quickly. I thought it would be more chipping away.
Bennigan to Faust, back to Bennigan. Three, not good. Rebounded by Reavers. Chases down the loose ball, and they'll bring it up into the front court.
You know, Wayzata's going to sub for him now. Again, he's just being a little bit over anxious. I know he's a confident player and stuff, but you just got to let the game come to you a little bit more than he is right now. And he'll probably still hit a big shot before this thing's over, but he's got to be a little more patient.
Up and in for two for Reavers.
That's where Reavers has really improved his game. Oh, a big turnover.
Turnover, Igbanago and one. Lucas and Igbanago combining for the steal and basket.
It's kind of a token press there, but sometimes the other team will just give it to you if you happen to be down there. That's what my high school coach Hill used to say. We're going to be down there 90 feet of defense because they might just give you the ball. And they did there, and then they fouled. Yeah, it's a game of runs. You knew Lakeville would make a run as well. See if Wayzata can stop the bleeding here a little bit.
Igbanago, good free throw shooter. He's made all 5 of his free throws today. And suddenly Lakeville North, the last 7 back in front. Here's Paulson. Hempel baseline. He gets fouled from behind.
Tanner Tuma in the game. Provides some depth for the Panthers. Plays hard defense.
Fouls on Wall. It's his second. And Tyler Luco back in. He'll give Tyler Wall a break.
And you look at the Lakeville roster, 6'6", 6'6", 6'10", 6'5", 6'4". They got great length.
Faust. Here's Gallinson, 3. This one comes up short. And here's Lucas for Lakeville North. Nice dish off for Tuma up and in. First bench points for Lakeville North today, and Tanner Tuma gives the Panthers a 4-point lead.
It's a big bucket.
Here's Paulson. Now off to Drew Gallinson, who's knocked down a couple of big threes for Wayzata in this half.
Wayzata's bringing Baumgartner back in the game. I thought that maybe wait a little bit longer, but since he's been out of the game, bad things have been happening for Wayzata. They need to get him back in.
Paulson, tough shot over Tuma and gets in the fall. First basket today for Luke Paulson gives them some good offense and three-point shooting off the bench. Contributes a big one there. Back to a
high level of difficulty shot there.
No doubt. Here's Luco coming off and giving to Igbanago. Tuma down to Reavers.
Just playing one-on-one on Reavers. That's usually 2 points for Reavers when you do that.
Turns and scores over Faust.
Yeah, you got to bring a double. You can't just play him one-on-one like that, or you got to front him.
16 now for Reavers. Paulson will hand off to Lindbergh. And now Gallinson. Long 3 comes up short. Lindbergh on the miss. Igbanago, great body control to get to the basket. He'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah. And if you...
There's a foul on Paulson. That's his second. 13 foul here in the second half. Igbanago missing on the free throw. First miss for him today. And substitutions on each side here.
Yeah, both coaches really trust their benches. I know Coach Oxen lets his assistant coaches do the subbing. I don't know what Wayzata does, but I know they have faith in going deep. So neither team's going to wear the other team out.
1 out of 2 on the free throws. 5-point lead again for the Panthers. They led by 7 at halftime. Gross, tough shot. Now you get an offensive foul on Ben Gross.
And one thing about Lakeville North, you are not going to get a good layup. They will take the charge. Every guy on their team will do it. If they don't do it, they don't get the play.
Second foul on Gross.
Now, I don't know if J.P. McCure ever took a charge. Maybe he did, but all the other guys he's ever coached have. JP takes them now, though, when I watch him in college. I know that for sure.
Turnover. Jensen secures it. It is a turnover. Almost lost it, but Paulson got it back. Lakeville North, though, got back on defense. Paulson open, look on a 3 is good.
That kid has no fear, man. I watched him play in the Hopkins game. He had 3 threes. He was earlier in the year we played against him, and he didn't do that much against us, but you know, I've seen him play since then. He's really matured as a player as the season's wore on, and is very confident. Excellent three-point shooter.
Ball back out. Sherman trying to answer and does.
Big answer. That was huge. It was a 2-point game. And knocked it right back to 5.
Ball still hand back to Gross. Baumgartner hand back off to Paulson. Now to Gallinson. Stops outside the free throw line and back to Gavin Baumgartner.
Great defense by Tyler Wall and Baumgartner there.
And a timeout for Wayzata.
Really good defense.
For the last couple of threes, Coach.
Yeah, Paulson, if he's open, he seems to make most of them. And Sherman's a very confident player, too. Both teams shot over 40% for the season from 3. You're really shooting good in high school if you're shooting in the high 30s. Lakeville's 44% for the season, which is incredible.
Reavers, obviously their top scorer at over 25 points per game, but other guys have stepped up at different times. Wall and Sherman. Igbonigo today, who's their second leading scorer, has really played an excellent game today, I think.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite players, Igbonigo. He's just kind of does it quietly. All the Lakeville guys, well, both of these teams, you look at the body language of these guys, it's excellent. You know, they never get too high or too low. They just kind of play within themselves. And, you know, that's a big credit to the coaching as well.
We're at the midway point here of the second half. Number 4 and the number 5 seeds in this tournament.
Wow.
Olsen all the way to the basket but missed the shot.
I thought he was going to pull the trigger on the 3, and then he saw Big Reavers, thought he could drive by him, and he did, but Reavers then blocked the shot.
Gross commits a foul on Tyler Wall. That's 3 on Ben Gross. And Tyler Wall go to the line for the first time today.
Yeah, one thing about playing sophomores, I mean, sometimes they have no fear because they've never been here. And they just go out and play, but other times they make decisions that maybe aren't the best too, and you need to get the ball into the hands of your big guns. They subbed again, sophomore for sophomore. Hopefully Jacob Benninga settles down and plays like he can play, because he's a heck of a point guard that people are going to have to deal with for the next 2 years. Lightning quick.
Lead back up to 7 now for Lakeville North after Wayzata had not only gone into the lead, but led by 5 for a short time. Gallinson, step in, Benninga.
That's a good look.
3,
Smith.
curled out. But you're right, good look. Here's Wall with it for Lakeville North. Comes back out, Reavers, thought about the 3, now steps in.
Wow, what a play.
Nathan Reavers.
Reavers wanted an and 1 there, but what a great play. Great shot fake on his tiptoes. Body control, maybe got bumped a little bit, and then he really uses the glass well.
Got 18 points. Through the paints, out of bounds off of Lakeville North.
Here's a replay. Almost traveled, but didn't. And Wisconsin watching that right now. They like everything except what he did at the end of the play there, but it was a heck of a play.
Lindbergh and 1.
like Tom Kelly used to say for the Twins, you know, your big shooter's got to do something. And Lindbergh and Baumgartner down the stretch here, they're going to have to take over for Wayzata to get back in this game.
Coach Brian Schneller talked about what a great outside shooter he's become, but how he's really developed his overall game, mid-range game, able to drive to the basket sometimes and become not just a shooter, but a scorer.
And I think a lot of it's footwork and practice, but it's not like extreme athletic ability, although he just got a steal there again with quick hands.
Knocked it away from Sherman.
He's one of the nicer kids you'll ever meet too, Ryan Lindbergh. My son works out with him in the fall.
Ball tipped in the air, but Baumgartner keeps it for Wayzata. Bannon got 3. That's good.
I told you he'd hit a big one later if he just settled down and let the game come to him a little bit. That was a good pick and pop right there, and he's a primetime player. His brother was too, and
timeout, Lakeville North. They giving up back-to-back buckets here. As look at the 3 by Benninga, letting it fly. Now we're back to a 3-point game, Coach.
Yeah, this game's going to go down to the end, I'm pretty sure, and it's going to be a game of runs. Looks like the only foul trouble is a little bit on Wayzata with Baumgartner. How many does Reavers have? Fouls?
Just 1.
Just 1, so
yeah.
I think the odds are...
Sherman's got 3, but he's the only one.
Odds are in Lakeville's favor with Reavers in the game, but anything can happen, and the way Wayzata can rain in threes, you never know, man. They hit, I mean, it's a 3-point game right now, and they could hit 2 or 3 right in a row, and then they're ahead, so should be a funny, exciting end of this game.
Somewhere in the stands, I'm guessing Champlin Park's players have stuck around to watch this one. I think I see them up near to the left of where the Lakeville North fans are right now after they survived an upset bid from Chaska to win 53-50. They get the winner of this game Thursday night.
Yeah, I think, you know, there's a lot of pressure on them coming into the game, and Chaska is a really good team. Felt really bad for Chaska. Dana Coleman did a great job. He coached a heck of a game. And, you know, they probably actually deserved to win the game. They were in control of the whole game. And then, you know, to Champlin's credit, though, they never gave up. And even though they're shooting poorly, McKinley Wright kind of took over the game in the second half, and then they threw kind of a, you know, a lucky shot. But, hey, the kid made the shot. The boys, great clutch shot that he'll never forget the rest of his life. Neither will their team. So I think they're going to relax, and whoever they play tomorrow, I think they're going to play a lot better than they did today.
How about McKinley Wright, though? We saw it last Friday. You've seen him multiple times and how he can just take over a game, it seems.
He's incredible. And I thought he hurt his knee in the first half. In fact, I know he did. I don't know how bad it is. Hopefully it doesn't stiffen up on him. And he didn't really attack in the first half after that. But then the second half, man, high pick and roll, got in the lane, will pull up jumpers with guys right in his face. Thought he was going to make the game winner, actually. Patient possession by Lakeville. There's a double. They brought the double. That's smart.
Reavers.
See if Reavers turns it over. No, great play by Reavers there to get rid of it.
Baseline shot up short by Wall, through the hands of Sherman back to Wall. And we get a foul on the floor on Wayzata.
Both teams are relentless on the offensive glass, too. And that wasn't a pretty possession for Lakeville, but they ended up, I guess they're not in the bonus yet. Thought they're going to get shots out of that, but great play by Tyler Wall to get that rebound.
6th team foul. It's the first foul on Benninga. Lucas had cut off with the double team from Gallinson came over. And we get a foul.
Push off on Tyler Wall, I guess. Oh no, Jalen
Lucas away from the wall. That's his first.
That's a turnover. That's a tough one right there for Lakeville.
6 team fouls each now. Zeta going to pull closer. Baumgartner attacking. He'll go to the line for 2.
It looked like pretty good defense right there, but it was real good pivoting and good footwork. Baumgartner comes from the John Bryant School. I think I said that. I just said that on radio last week. He works out with a lot of these guys during the season. In the off season, especially developing their games, and he really works a lot on footwork.
Baumgartner free throw up and in.
Baumgartner.
Second one up and also in. And it's a 1-point game at 55-54. A foul on that free throw, I think on Faust. They battled for a spot.
Oh, and he gets free throws 90 feet away.
Faust coming around, battling with Wall, and then a little push with the right.
Yeah, first the foul was on Wall. He wrapped his arm around him, and they didn't catch that one, and then Faust got angry and threw him to the ground. That's more noticeable. The second guy always gets caught in that situation.
The Wall cashes in on the first one and will get the bonus.
You got to keep your poise more than that, though. That's, down the stretch here, the team that stays the most calm is probably going to win it.
Second one out, and Baumgartner rebounds. 56-54 with 6 minutes to go in the second half. Baumgartner, through the lane came Lindbergh, back out Baumgartner. He wants to let the three go, but is not going to against Reavers. Trying to back him down, puts the shot up, nice little shot fake, missed the shot though, and Reavers rebounded. That was a good look.
Yeah, good job by Reavers of not fouling. That was just an unlucky play that didn't go in, but it's good O and good D on that play.
Reavers will hand off. Igbanago has had 16 points today for the Panthers. Steps in, shot off the glass and in.
That was a great drive. He really uses his body well. He gets you on his hip and he's not letting go. Great leverage. And then he gets through the second defender as well.
Gallinson looking and a handoff to Faust. Baumgartner down. Oh, wide open was Gallinson. Gallinson has all 8 of his points here in the second half. Back to a 2-point game with 5 minutes to play.
Smart play by Gallinson. Looks like a down screen was coming. He refused the down screen and slipped it to the backside for a layup.
Reavers.
Tyler Wall's got a mismatch down there. Although now he's out from the block. Oh.
Drives on Gallinson and one.
Gallinson hurt his ankle or something. He's struggling, or his knee. Oh, now he's grabbing his calf. He must be cramping up.
Gallinson committing the foul. Gross back in for Wayzata.
Yeah, kind of a mismatch there, having a guard guarding Wall. Wall can, that's what makes him so talented. He can shoot threes and he can get down in the paint.
Converts on the free throw.
Chess game of substitution here with both teams. Wall's not going to get much of a break. He'll probably get 30 seconds so he can finish strong.
Then again, hand off to Lindbergh, to Baumgartner. Attacks the basket. Dish off for Faust, blocked by Reavers. Scramble for the ball on the floor. A jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it with Wayzata.
That's Lakeville's advantage. It seems like the teams are pretty evenly matched, but then you got a 6'10" guy that can block shots. Normally that shot's not going to get blocked during the high school season when Faust gets it down there.
Lindbergh inbounding to Faust. And back off to Ryan Lindbergh. Cross to Gross. Open look for a three. Benenga hits again.
Knocks it down. Great patience. Player screen action that they love. He had his feet set. And, his confidence sometimes can hurt him, but it can often help him, and it did in that one. That was a big-time shot by a sophomore.
He's got 15 points. Wayzata back to within 2 again. Foul out away from the ball, then Benenga only 1-on-1. With a 3 look a moment ago.
Almost to the NBA 3. Talked about that before the game. A lot of kids are attracted to that NBA. He just barely stepped across that one. I don't know if I like this call out here, trying to squeeze through a screen, a little bit of a bump. I mean, free throws at this point are so valuable that, to make a call like that, I think you should just let him play a little bit more. He missed a free throw there, but.
Baumgartner rebounds, and Wayzata back into the front court. Chance to tie or take the lead with 3.
Larry Bird-like.
Tough fade away, didn't go. Reavers rebounds.
You don't see that shot very much in high school anymore. It's a tough one to make, fading away like that, but I've seen him make it. Jensen's a good defender, really pressuring up here on Reavers. Wayzata's cranking up the pressure a little bit.
Under 3.5 minutes to go. 2-point Panthers lead. They've led most of the way.
Ooh, I thought he traveled there. Got a running
Sherman.
start.
Back out, good ball movement. Bonago gets past Gross. Offensive foul on Big Bonago as Benega draws the charge.
I saw that coming. Benega's had a lot of courage. He's a smaller guy, and he just sat there and got plowed over. He tried to hold up, Ethan did, but he'd already committed. Well, they're playing their two small guards at the same time now, probably to relieve pressure.
Paulson in for Gross. He'll bring it up. 3 minutes to play. To Baumgartner. Back out to Paulson.
And a lot of pressure for two sophomores playing in this state tournament right now. They're doing a great job.
Benega drive. Jensen ties it up.
Wow. I saw him make a big shot like that against Hopkins too. And it was kind of a flat shot there, but he had a good backspin on it, which let it hit the rim and stay in.
Timeout Lakeville North with 2.5 minutes to go. We are tied at 61.
Just like everyone anticipated, we'd have a great state tournament. He had good form on that shot. Caught the back rim and had the shooter's touch. The bigs for Wayzata, they don't shoot a lot. They know their role. Their role's to screen, relieve pressure, hand the ball off, rebound, and defend. But, you know, every game they make a couple that they really are big shots for their team. And, you know, having guys like that are role players, that's how you win championships. You can't win it without guys like that. And I've seen Reavers go off for high 30s and 40 points, so they're doing a good job defensively on Reavers, too. Be interesting to see what Oxon does on this set. I think they're probably going to go for Reavers. That would make sense, but I could also see him going to Tyler Wall. Some kind of post up. Almost guarantee that, and then they're going to try to get some kind of kick out when they get doubled.
We had a terrific finish in game one. Champlin Park in Chaska. We're headed for another one here.
Yeah, when Lakeville got a little bit of a lead, I thought, well, maybe this one Lakeville's just a little bit better, but it was what I anticipated. Evenly matched teams, really playing great basketball. See how they're going to guard Reavers here. It's a 1-4 set. Oh, and they get a steal. 1-4 sets are hard to enter sometimes.
Two minutes and 15 seconds to go.
Oxon's trying to call a play, but Wall's just going to the bucket.
Sherman gets fouled to go to the line for two.
Sometimes your best play is one of your good players driving to the bucket. Man, that's a tough call.
Ball there.
The first guy might have got him, Benega, but...
Yeah, and they called it on Benega.
Okay,
so.
That's good, because I think he did foul. The second guy didn't. I don't think Gavin did. We've been missing free throws down the stretch here. Missed a couple anyway.
Ball connects on that one.
Boxing out in these situations is crucial too.
Second one out. 62-61, Lakeville North, 2:10 to go. Benega to Jensen.
Oh, they got him on the back door.
Baumgartner reverse and scores.
All game they haven't been able to get him on that, and a great pass from the high post. Almost got a steal on the inbound too. What a game.
In the lead. Big Bonago front court.
My heart's beating fast just watching, knowing both these coaches and these teams.
Ball knocked away, tipped out. It's a steal for Wayzata.
Pull it out.
Jensen will give it
the
back.
lead.
Baumgartner for Gallinson. Comes around, back to Baumgartner.
See if they know they have the lead.
Baumgartner attacking, and he's fouled. They'll go to the line for two.
I like the attack. My high school coach, Hib Hill, like I mentioned before, was in the Hall of Fame. And he always said, you know, until there's about 30 seconds left, you got to try to get layups and free throws, but you still got to attack. If you try and stall, you get steals and turnovers. That was a great attack. Got Reavers to follow him.
First foul shot up and in. Nothing but net for the senior.
Classic matchup. You got the Hall of Fame coach, and Schnettler, if he coaches long enough, he'll probably be in the Hall of Fame too. He's a big-time coach. Great teams, great players, great competitors.
Second one out, Reavers rebounds. 2-point game with 1:20 to go. Lucas through the hands of McMonagle, came back to Lucas, he lost it on the floor, and it's a turnover. And timeout taken by Wayzata. Panthers back-to-back turnovers late in the game.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic of them right there in that play. The good thing was that Baumgartner was smart enough not to stand up, because if he stands up, that's a travel. Gallinson again getting his hand on the ball. He's an unsung hero for Wayzata. Great hustle play. Yeah, Lakeville would like that back. They'd like to set something up where they can get the ball to one of their big guns. Probably going to come down to free throws here. Lakeville will come up with some full court pressure, I'm guessing. They got a couple turnovers on that earlier. Then it'll be interesting to see what Wayzata does. If they get a fast break, do they take it? Lakeville's really good at taking charges, so they got to be careful even on a fast break. Or do they pull it out and make sure that they get fouled?
Each team with 2 timeouts remaining, both teams in the double bonus. Possession arrow pointing Lakeville North's way.
This is going to be tough to get it in bounds here. Nice outbound set, though.
They get it into Baumgartner. And he'll get it into the front court.
I would be surprised if they don't trap him here one of these times on these handoffs.
Benninga with under a minute to go. Knocked away in the backcourt. Benninga bang back after a tie-up. Lakeville North on the possession arrow will get the ball back. Crucial turnover for the Trojans, and the Panthers have it again.
That's the problem with, handling the ball up front like that, and Lakeville took a gamble here from behind and got a steal. And what a play by Benninga to dive on that ball and get a jump ball.
Right, the worst thing you can have is a straight-out turnover. At least if you get another one of those, you'll get possession.
Or a foul or an and one. Yeah, I mean, and then to dive on the ball and get a jump ball, at least you can set your defense here. Lakeville's been a little shaky with the ball. They got Reavers posted up.
Reavers spinning on Jensen. Tough shot, not good. Rebounded by Baumgartner, and now into the hands of Lindbergh. Double team in the corner to Baumgartner.
Are they going to take a layup?
Numbers,
or are they going to pull
3-on-1. Off to Gallinson, and he gets fouled.
Well,
foul on Sherman.
They got a little bit lucky on the other end in that they got the ball and the Reavers isolated, but they brought the double team quick. And I think it was a guard, I'm not sure it was, and they held their ground. And Reavers a rare miss down there, and then they got the rebound.
First free throw attempts today for the junior. He's got 8 points all in the second half.
It's a tough position to be in here at the end of a game. If you're Wayzata, I hope at least makes one so that you can't get beat on a three-pointer. Lakeville's really good at three-pointers.
Second one is good.
Now they need a three.
3-point game.
You can foul when it gets under, 8 seconds or so.
Lucas to the corner.
They gave him a 3.
Ties it up. We get a foul on Wayzata away from the ball as Reavers went down with Jensen, and they called Jensen for the foul. The 3 is good, and Reavers is going to get free throws.
Let's watch this.
Only 3-point make today from Jalen Lucas, who had a basket early in the game, and that's been it.
No one's really complaining from Wayzata, so it looked like he was grabbing him when he was out by the elbow area. They left the three-point shooter open in the corner when they're up 3. That's a kind of a sin right there. You don't want to do that.
Oh, comes out. We stayed tied. Reavers got one more.
They overhelped like crazy on that. They got tangled. I mean,
second one is good. Timeout Lakeville North.
Wow, crazy ending, 1-point game, so probably not going to be an overtime here in this situation.
It's a tough call.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't concentrating enough. I was thinking about other things when he showed the replay. But, you know, I mean, if it's a correct call, I'm fine with it.
Nathan Reavers with the free throw perhaps could win this game for Lakeville North to get them into the semifinals. And how about that three made by Jalen Lucas? Take a look at it again. Lucas takes the pass from Igbanago.
Oh, that should have been on Reavers. Yeah, Reavers put both arms around him, or it could have been a double foul because we couldn't see if he was grabbing Reavers' shirt. But Reavers definitely put both hands over top of him and threw him to the ground. So that's kind of, I didn't see that. That's a tough call for Wayzata. Again, we couldn't see what was going on from the ref's angle. He probably saw the angle we couldn't see with the video there. Probably should have been a double foul. You hate to see a game decided on something like that. Wayzata's gonna have trouble getting the ball in right now. 1-on-2, oh, they got it in. They gotta hurry up the court.
20 seconds to go. Wayzata trailing by 1. Well, we have another buzzer beater. Baumgartner attacking. He's fouled. They'll go to the line for 2.
Same ref made the call.
Fouls on Sherman, and he fouls out.
See if there's a body here.
So Reavers come over and get the block, but the foul was before that.
That was a good set play. Get the ball in the hands of your best player at the elbow area and just let him take it to the bucket. And hopefully that's what you're hoping for, really, is to get a foul, and then you got to knock down the foul shots.
Free throw up and in, and we're tied.
There's still lots of time for Lakeville to come down and score. This has been a heck of a game. I think Wayzata's going to call timeout if he scores this.
Second one also
Clutch
good.
free throws.
Timeout, Wayzata. Baumgartner hitting the free throws with 14 seconds to go.
And you always want to see the kids make the free throws at the end because, I mean, you don't make them and you lose a game or something, and that kid thinks about that for a long time probably, even though it wasn't the play that probably ended the game. So whatever team it is, you always like to see them make the free throws at the end. Now, if you're Wayzata, I think you got to pick them up full court, man, just to slow them down. I know at Armstrong, a lot of times we would go into like a 1-2-2 zone in this situation to slow them down, but we run that a lot. Wayzata doesn't. I think that, you know, it's just going to be one of those things where it's going to hope to make them shoot a jump shot and then wall up like crazy so you don't foul and then get the rebound, because that rebound, this is going to be one ferocious rebound if the ball doesn't go in.
End of game drama, back-to-back here to start the day at the Target Center.
I usually don't get nervous announcing games.
Right.
This has got me going. I feel like I'm coaching in this game.
Well, we expected a great matchup of the 4-5 game, and we certainly had it back and forth. Panthers led a good stretch of the way, but Wayzata battled back a few times here, and they're up by 1, but Panthers will get a possession, perhaps the last of the game for either team. We'll find out.
Wayzata brought Faust in, so they keep trading off who's guarding. Reavers.
No full court pressure. Wall will inbound.
Interesting. They had,
Lakeville North will take timeout.
They had 2 guys down here to start with on Reavers. Lakeville North saw that and called timeout. They weren't guarding the inbounder. They took the inbounder guy and put 2 so they couldn't get a quick post up.
Lakeville North out of timeouts.
That's a lot of time, though. It's not like they're going to throw the ball linked to the court. I mean, they're going to get the ball in, and I wouldn't be surprised if Igbanago, if he just gets the ball and just goes. You know, I mean, get the ball to the rim, let Reavers get the rebound. 14 seconds, you could also get it over half court and call timeout. I don't know how many timeouts does Lakeville have now?
0, they're out of timeouts.
Oh, okay, well then they can't do that. So, be interesting if they try to get some kind of a set play. There's just enough time to do that, but it's not easy, especially if you get some pressure. Maybe make them take 5 seconds to get it up, then you got 9 seconds left. You got just enough time to get set up. That probably takes 2 or 3. Lakeville likes to run some 1-4 sets. They run a play called slice where they get the ball to Reavers and clear out the space and let Reavers drive. That's one of their favorites. Now they're not guarding Tyler Wall, the inbounder, so that's one thing. He could be open as a trailer as well. I think they're just going to get the ball to the point guard and have him go. That's what I would do.
Into the hands of Jalen Lucas into the front court. Igbanago with it. driving to the basket, got cut off.
Wide open three.
Ball try for Wall, comes up short, Benega rebounds, and he's fouled.
They got a great look. They go to the bucket, and they made him double team to stop him from getting the layup. Great pass, wide open three, just came up short. A great execution by Lakeville. I mean, Wayzata played good D, but they did give up a wide open three, but you'd rather give up a three than a layup, so it was good defense as well. Just came down to making a shot or not. Still enough time for Lakeville to come back.
Big free throws here for Benega. If he makes the second one, the worst they can do is overtime on a desperation three. And again, the Panthers out of timeout, so they can't set anything up here.
Benega's got ice water in his veins, man. That guy, he's a clutch player.
Second one also good.
Timeout, Wayzata set up their defense. Yeah. Once lost a game to Hopkins when I was at Richfield, and I didn't call timeout on that and talked to some people, and that was 20 years ago. And I always do it from now on. You want to have your defense set up. The other team, even though Lakeville North had no timeouts, they have some kind of play they can run with 3 seconds left, and they know what they're going to do, and then you get mixed up in the transition. Right now, they can just get set up in their transition defense, and there is no transition right now, so they know what they're going to do. But I wouldn't put it past Lakeville. I mean, you got to go to Reavers. He's tall. He can get the shot over anyone. I think they got to, get it to Reavers around half court, let him take a dribble, and hopefully he can, for Lakeville's sake, bank one in or make one at the buzzer, and then we get overtime, get extra time with these two teams. If you're Wayzata, of course, you don't want to foul. Although I guess I shouldn't say that, right? The strategy might be to foul right away.
Right. Or foul certainly before someone tries a three.
Right. That's the strategy most teams are using now. The statistics bear it out that it's a smart thing to do. It's the only way you can lose a game though, because they could make the first free throw, get the rebound in the second, and then they could hit a three, even if you're up three, and they could get 4-point play.
Officially on the clock here at Target Center, 3.4 seconds remaining. Long inbound toward midcourt.
They didn't foul.
Oh, off the hands, tough shot. I think he was out of bounds, and that's it. Lucas tried to corral it near the sideline, couldn't do it, and that's the game.
Tyler Wall tried to execute the play. If he would have just turned, he had an open jumper, and he can make that. But he was trying to do what the coach said. The guy catching the ball for the shot probably wasn't deep enough towards the rim. I was surprised why they didn't foul there and put him on the line. Watch, if he just takes a dribble, maybe he gets a shot off.
Lucas stepped out of bounds, so that shot wouldn't have counted had it dropped. And
great win for Wayzata.
Yeah, nice comeback for them in the second half. Came out with an early run, fell behind again, and still had enough in them, resiliency to be able to come back and take the lead and win it with some big shots down the stretch and big free throws.
Yeah, you can't say enough about the poise of Wayzata. When you're down like that to Lakeville, not a lot of teams come back on them. They only lost 2 games all season. I mean, they were a team that some people thought could win the whole thing. I know they could have won the whole thing. Now Wayzata's got to think, hey, we can go beat Champlin tomorrow after watching them play today, or when they play them on, is it tomorrow or Friday?
Thursday night. Yeah,
Thursday night.
At 6.
That's going to be a heck of a game too. 2 teams from our area that we are very familiar with, and there's been some good basketball in the northwest suburbs this winter.
Lakeville North drops to 27-3. They'll go into the consolation bracket and face Chaska, another tough luck loser in the quarterfinals to Champlin Park. Wayzata and Champlin Park in the first 4A semifinal just a little after 6 o'clock. They'll tip it on Thursday night here at Target Center. Maple Grove and Andover still to come for those of you in our CCX area. Again, go to our website, CCXmedia.org, for the replay times of that. For Greg Miller, Ryan Iverson, and all of our crew, thanks for tuning in for some great coverage of state boys basketball today. It's Wayzata winning and moving on. They defeat Lakeville North 69-66 Trojans, the final.